I'm not going to say I was a great mom, but I did my best. With what I was given, I gave my best. Yeah.
One of my girls, Courtney, she was with a John, and she texted me saying that he was hurting her. They were over here in the Jack Daniels parking lot. During that time, I was with one of my homeboys, and I told him what was going on, and me and him went up there to Jack in the Box, and he took care of him for me.
Prior to being in Vegas, I think I experienced like legitimate fear, maybe like less than a handful of times, and for the most part, none of it really had to do with people. But since I've been here, like it's like it's something totally different.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're in beautiful Redlands, California, with Renee. How you doing, Renee?
I'm doing good.
Hey, you know what's funny? I used to live in Redlands, and right behind us is the old Kmart. I used to work there way back in the day. You ever used to go to Kmart?
Yeah, way back in the day.
Did you ever work there?
Nope.
Yeah, so are you from Redlands, or where are you from?
I am not. I'm actually from the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. I was born in Hayward, born and raised in the East Bay for the last, I've only been here for 3 years, put it that way.
Okay, E40.
That's right. Mac Dre.
You know all that, huh? Too
Yeah.
short. Do you give us permission to use this video on our YouTube channel? Mm-hmm. Okay, now you have a very interesting story. We've been talking for the last couple of days, and I want you to tell us what your childhood was like and how you got into this mess of addiction and homelessness. Now, before I go on, do you work the streets at all?
No.
Have you ever worked the streets?
No.
Okay, what kept you away from that?
I don't know. I just can't do it.
Okay.
I just can't do it.
Proposition?
There's two things out here. It's either you're a hustler or you're a hooker, and I'm a hustler.
Okay.
So I do what I can to make money, but no, I do not bust dates.
Okay. All right, Renee, if it's okay with you, can we take it back to the beginning?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Where were you born? Where were you raised?
I was born and raised, like I said.
All that.
I was born and raised East Bay. I lived there my whole life. I had an idyllic childhood. I had a great childhood. Happy. Nothing major ever happened. You know, my parents got divorced when I was like 12. But other than that, I've had a great childhood. I didn't finish high school. I got married and had a child at 21. I was a stay-at-home mom for almost all my adult life. I left my husband in 2016, and maybe 6 months after that, I met my second baby's father, and I had 2 kids with him. I was still living in Northern California. Things started to kind of go bad there. It started off with drugs had a lot to do with it. Things kind of got out of hand, and we kind of lost the place we were living in. I have 6 kids. I have 5 boys, 1 girl. My oldest is 18, my youngest is 2. So my baby's father, the second one, is from Chino, California. Chino, California, sorry. So I actually met him living up north. Then when things started to go bad up north, we moved down here. His mother lives down here. We got a little bit of help from her support. Then when we moved down here, we stayed with her for just a little bit, and then we had to go out and get our own place. So, which is where we ended up going to San Bernardino, which, by the way, is cool. It's a cool place, but it's a wild, wild west out there for sure. Anyways, so we moved to San Bernardino. It was all 7 of us. Well, actually, it was 6 at the beginning because I had another child when I was out here right when COVID started. All 6 of us lived in a 1-bedroom apartment in the ghetto. Right off of Del Rosa and Linwood, off the 210 in San Bernardino. It's a pretty rough neighborhood. We lived there for, I don't know, it was about 6-8 months before it started to get really bad and violent. Lots of gunshots, lots of shootings, lots of things happened. Basically, you know, I have no criminal record. I'm not a felon. You know, having kids and stuff, being a stay-at-home mom kept me pretty grounded throughout the years. You know, I just never got caught. But so basically, something happened. There was a major crime that happened on the property, and the FBI got involved, and basically everyone was under surveillance, and they had surveillance footage of me and my baby's dad in our own home, but at the doorway with guns in hand. Well, my baby's father is a felon, and so they used that as a reason to do a 5 a.m. no-knock search warrant, flashbang grenades, military tank in the driveway, the whole nine, to almost the whole apartment complex. That morning was my son's birthday, was my son Dominic's birthday. It was May 17th, 2021. My baby's dad had a AR sitting out next to the safe, the gun safe that we had. Of course, he wasn't gonna go and grab it, and while the SWAT team is busting our door down. So after that, basically, they took our kids. I wasn't supposed to go to jail. The FBI guy had said that, my baby's father had said, I'll take all charges. It was my weapon, because my weapon I can't get in trouble for. But his, he could. So we were told that, okay, fine, cool, whatever. And then they took him to jail. And then they took off my handcuffs. They let me hold the baby. My baby was 6 months my youngest was 6 months at that time. They took him to jail. They let me hold the baby, took off my handcuffs. And then 15 minutes later, they put the handcuffs back on me and told me I was going to jail. They gave me no chance to call for family. They gave me no chances to do the family first thing, which is the first part of your first right, your most biggest right when CPS gets involved, or DFSS or whatever it's called. So they would not let me call family. My kids went straight into the system. After that, they cut your benefits. We slowly and surely lost everything. Everything I ever loved, everything I ever cared about, everything we lost. It was really hard to get our kids. We tried to get our kids back, but they put like this massive amount of list of things that had nothing to do with the raid or guns or anything. It's just a ridiculous list. And then like our social worker would like straight up sabotage our visits. Just some really shady ass shit went on down here in San Bernardino County. And
when you say sabotage your visits,
yeah, like she would say like, oh, your visit's this time. And then like I would call to make sure that the visit was on time. And she'd be like, oh no, it's not, even though I have it in text that it was. And then when I got there, even though she said she was going to call the lady, and she didn't, and the lady left with my kids, so I didn't get to have visitation. There was just several times where the visitation didn't happen because of them. And of course, in court, that looks bad on us. They don't give two shits about people's families or people's kids. As far as I'm concerned, they're human trafficking. They steal people's kids. For as long as I've lived out here, and then on the streets, I spent a lot of time on the streets of Pomona, Ontario, downtown LA, everywhere. I've been everywhere. But especially Pomona, especially San Bernardino, nobody has their kids. Nobody. You don't see kids anywhere. Nobody has their kids.
Why do you hang out? Those are like the areas where there's a lot of tracks. Why do you hang out?
Because it's a lucrative area. It's always active.
All right. So Renee, how do you make your money out here if you don't prostitute or anything else like that?
I do a number of things. Whatever opportunity presents itself, I take advantage of it. I sell drugs if I have to. I boost from the stores, which is I steal stuff from the stores and sell it for half price to whoever. Sometimes I panhandle.
That's where I think I met you. Remember I told you
it could have been. It's very possible.
Okay.
I was on the streets, after San Bernardino. The cops basically told us in San Bernardino, like where we lived, there's always activity there, and they said you should move.
I don't want to interrupt you, but that area you're talking about, when I was in college, I lived over there. I lived on Dayton, Del Rosa.
Okay, so that's on the other side of the freeway.
Very dangerous area.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally, my 3-year-old know how to get on the ground when you hear gunshots. It's very scary.
It must have been so traumatizing for them.
It was. I'm still traumatized.
Yeah.
I'm
for
still
the children too. Oh
yeah, I mean, my older kids, yeah, probably. But so when we left San Bernardino, we were basically told, the cops basically told us, hey, there's probably going to be an indictment, a federal indictment. You guys should leave if you can. And so we left. We left our 1-bedroom apartment to be homeless in Ontario. We did that for a while. My ex was supposed to turn himself in I think it's February of last year, and he went on the run. So we were on the run. Well, not we, but he. I was with him. And then in April of last year, we got caught in a G-Ride, which is a stolen car. In April, and they took him. At that point, I was on the streets by myself. And that was really hard.
Where did you stay?
Wherever I could, with friends, people I'd meet, people going through the same shit as me. Really, like
Where's
all
he
these.
now? Your ex or the guy you're with?
He's in Chino, Ontario area. I still talk to him. It's unfortunate that we can't make things work because we lost everything, and it's kind of a shame because, you know, I can't say drugs had everything to do with it, but definitely drugs has a lot to do with it. It sort of changes your mentality. Of course it does. It changes your environment, the people you hang out with, all that.
Now, how old are you?
I'm 40.
How many kids do you have again? 7?
I have 6.
6 kids with how many dads?
2.
All right, you have a message to your kids before we go on?
I'm sorry that I don't keep in contact with you guys. It's really hard for me because I feel so guilty and I feel so bad about what happened, and I can't, it's really hard for me to bring myself to call you guys because I guess I f***ed up so bad, and I'm just really sorry. And I know eventually when I get myself together and I find the courage to get help and get clean, then it'll be a little easier for me. But I feel like you guys are gonna worry about me. I know you guys already do, but this is for TJ, Isaac, Dominic, and Zoe, and then for my youngest 2, Benjamin and Angel. I'm so sorry because I didn't have to go through this. I never had to worry about where my parents were. I never had to ask myself why were my parents here? Why did they try to come and get me? Why did they care about me? I never had to deal with that. I never had to go through that. And so I'm really hard on myself, and I want you guys to know that I fucking love you guys so much. And I would do anything.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I hope they hear that and they understand that you're just going through a struggle.
Yeah.
You sound like a really intelligent young lady.
I am.
What were your talents growing up?
I'm a born leader.
Yeah.
I'm outspoken.
What did you aspire to become when you were a little girl?
Honestly, I didn't realize what I wanted to do with life until I got older.
Okay.
And if I could go back and do everything again, I'd be a geologist.
Yeah.
I love earth science.
So when did you drop out of school?
About 10th grade.
Okay. You said you grew up with both parents? Mm-hmm. There was no abuse in the home at all? No physical, mental, sexual? You had a perfect childhood. What did your parents do?
My dad's a truck driver. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. My grandparents that live in the same town, were married for 55 years.
What's your greatest childhood memory? Some of your best childhood memories?
Christmas, all holidays.
Okay.
Holidays is a really big thing for me, especially with my kids. And now holidays don't mean shit, which is really sad for me.
That'll change. Don't worry. When you get them back. Okay, so you had a great childhood.
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 2 sisters.
Okay.
I'm a middle child. I have an older sister.
Are they struggling with anything, or are they?
My sister's struggling the same way as I am, but she's all new to this.
Okay.
So she's brand new.
Speaking of that, new to this, you said you haven't been doing it too long. When did you start getting into heavy drugs?
Actually, I did heavy drugs. I smoked dope when I say dope, I mean meth. I smoked dope in high school.
Okay.
I did it here and there throughout life, but it was never my main thing. My main thing's always been weed. If I had to give up everything, I could only pick one thing, definitely be weed. I need weed to function and be normal, okay? I have to smoke weed. It calms me down, takes the edge off. I just need that to keep grounded. But I smoked dope all throughout my life, but never for a long period of time. This is probably the longest period of time I've done it.
In your 20s, did you have a job? Did you work anywhere?
Stay-at-home mom.
Oh, yes, okay. You were raising kids.
I had so TJ is 18, and then Dominic and Isaac are back to back. So they are 13 and 14. So I had them back to back. So I had 3 kids under the age of, I don't know. It was rough. Let's put it that way. It was really rough. I stay-at-home mom. My ex-husband had a good job. and worked. He commuted and so that took a lot of his time, and he worked far away because he made good money, and so a lot of the time I was home just taking care of my kids. I'm not gonna say I was a great mom, but I did my best with what I was given. I gave my best. Yeah, and I look back and there's a lot of things I could have done better, like all the times that and then my message to people, hey, you know, you think your kids like, oh, they might annoy you and they're bothering you, you know, you're at the store and they're causing, they're acting up, you just want to, you know, but hey, man, I'll tell you what I wouldn't give to be able to take that back.
That's
and to cherish that time. Yeah.
That's a great message.
Never thought I would ever that I would ever think about that shit, and be like, damn, like what the f is my problem? But like I see kids now and like, God, that shit breaks my heart, you know?
What is your message to young people wanting to get into drugs, or anybody in general?
You know, I met this girl the other night, and she'd only been on the streets for like 3-4 weeks. Young girl. You know what I told her? I said, go back home. Go back home. Stop doing drugs. Go back home. If you want to live this kind of life, this fucking life is for nobody. This life's for no one. It's not. The streets are nice to nobody. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter.
What's the worst thing that's happened to you on these streets?
I continually get my shit stolen.
Now, is that because you pass out, or?
No. It's like, oh, I'll leave my stuff somewhere. Because, I mean, how am I going to carry around all that shit all the time? The whole goal is to not look homeless. Okay, you see, I don't look homeless. I'm walking around. I look normal. But you know, I'm not trying to carry around all my bags, you know, because that makes you look homeless and people judge you. People treat you differently. So I don't do that. So I'll usually, hey, can I keep my bag here? And then what happens, you know, or there's been times where, yeah, can I keep my bag here? And then I'm not able to come back because I have my own car. So I go somewhere with somebody and something happens. Shit happens, right?
You have a driver's license?
Uh-huh.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Stay-home mom. I drove a soccer van for 15 years.
Never had a DUI or anything?
No.
Okay.
I never had a drug charge. My record is clean. I got 2 detentions. Once for the raid, for the child endangerment, which they never charged me with. And then one for a GBI against my ex, which is ridiculous because it was like I threw like a half-empty soda at him. And the neighbors who wanted to, the nasty-ass neighbors, if you're out there, you nasty-ass bitches, wanted to get with my man. So I was 7 months pregnant. That was the first time I ever went to jail. I went to West Valley. I got no mattress for 2 days and no care kit. And I mean, like, I had bruises on my side from sleeping on that metal bed. But yeah, I did 3-day no file, got on a no file, you know, both times. That's the only time I ever went to jail.
What's the nicest thing someone's done for you on the streets?
Nicest thing someone's done for me is giving me money.
Yeah? What's the most?
Definitely. Because that's, or taking me out to eat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the best, what's your favorite kind of food?
I like Asian food.
Yeah? Chinese?
No, Vietnamese.
Oh, Vietnamese?
Yeah, my baby's dad. Okay, so my first husband is Filipino.
Okay.
And my, excuse me, my baby's father, the second, he's Vietnamese. So I like Asian food. I do like Asian
Vietnamese?
food. Huh?
You speak any Vietnamese?
Not really.
No. You like Asian food? Okay, maybe we can get you some Vietnamese food. I'm sure there's
I like
a lot
pho.
in Redlands.
I can make it too. I can cook.
You
I
can
get down in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things I can do. I'm skilled. I can do nails. I can cook. I mean, there's just a list of things. I can work on cars.
Yeah?
I know how to do everything myself.
Speaking of that,
I learned on YouTube.
Someone watching this and they want to help you out or maybe provide guidance for you. What's your email address?
My email address is it's for my youngest two, as their nicknames. Yum Yum, YUM, Bam Bam, BAM 2020.
If someone wanted to help you, what besides money? Anything else they can help you with? Housing, food.
All the above.
Would you be willing to go to rehab? Because we have some subscribers that actually have connections to rehabs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I think I told you this before, but I've never had a problem quitting. Like I actually did it like a month ago. I just want to see if I can still quit.
Quit what? Do you do fentanyl too? Or
no, hell no.
Okay.
I don't around any of that shit.
Okay.
I've never done sherm. I've never done heroin. I've never smoked crack. You know, I've only done shrooms, acid, maybe peyote once. I never done any of that shit. I've always just been, I have enough problems in my life. I definitely don't need any more. I quit like a month ago just to see if I could for 5 days. cigarettes and dope.
That's great. Where were you staying?
I don't remember. I was still on the streets or whatever.
You were.
Yeah, I'm able to
Have
do
you
it.
been clean for long periods of time?
Yeah,
What's the longest?
probably 10 years.
10 years. You never
Yeah.
told me that.
Yeah, I told you I did it all throughout my
was
life.
that? Okay.
I did it all throughout my life. So like I'll walk around for maybe a week or two and not touch it for 10 years.
When was that 10-year period? The last one?
Oh God, I think I smoked dope when my first child was like maybe a year old,
Okay.
and then like I f***ed around for like maybe a few days, got really fucking high, and then had to get back to normal, right? And then I don't think I touched it again until I was 30.
Wow. What
Yeah.
kept you away from it? Did you go to NA or anything? Or
No.
You said
I just stopped doing it.
you were happy with your husband and your kids?
I was addicted to pills for 10 years,
What kind of
Norcos,
pills? Okay.
but I got off that myself too. I stopped taking those.
Are your parents still alive?
Yeah,
You talk to them still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sure they still love you.
of course they do.
Yeah. Can they help you out at all?
Kinda. My mom helps me.
Where's she live?
In Oregon,
Oh, and your dad?
and my dad lives in Reno.
What's your message to your mom?
I know that I know you're worried about me, and I know you care, and don't think that I'm mad at you because you can't help me more. You know, I know you do the best you can, and you've done a lot for me. Even the times when I get mad, and I might say some mean stuff to you, but you know I don't really mean it, and you know that I love you too.
Yeah, don't say nothing mean. Your mom, she took
No,
care of
I
you,
know.
And you said she was wonderful.
But sometimes it gets sometimes it's a little frustrating on the streets, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm
Besides
sure she understands.
me having to lose my stuff
Yeah.
and starting over and over and over. Like when I did get a leg up on my life, which was at the beginning of the year, I bought a car, and I bought a car up north. I went home for a little bit, not home but up north, and it was the same shit. I was still in the streets, but I was
You bought
able.
a car recently?
I bought a car, and I came back down here, and then somebody stole it.
Wow, so you're a functioning addict. I mean, you just need
I can
some
do
help.
it. I can get a job. I can do all that.
Can
I
you
just-
put can you
right
put away
now-
the dope forever, you think, one day?
Yeah.
Try?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Happy people don't do drugs. They don't.
Do you have any mental conditions at all? Growing up, were you diagnosed with anything?
ADHD, but
Do you have a learning disability?
no. I'm like a sponge. I pick up things quick.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm a hard worker, you know. I'm street smart.
What about your dad? He's a fellow trucker. What's your message to him?
He's dad. he's not a very he's not super doting. So you know, he's getting better, but he doesn't show emotion as much. You know, he's very simple. But my message to him and my stepmom, Chris, that I know you guys, especially Chris, it's a tough love thing, you know. And she has offered. Come up here. I'll put you in
Who,
a
your
program. My stepmom.
Okay.
Come up here. I'll put you in a program, and we'll get everything going for you. But I didn't want to leave at that time because at that time I was still doing visitation with the kids.
Oh, so your kids are down here. All right.
They were down here
Okay, but down
because my ex-husband has the older 4, and then my ex-sister-in-law, my baby's dad's sister, is adopting the youngest 2.
Now, how does that work? If a county has their kids, when they open up the case, in a certain county, they hold that case, right? Where were the kids?
They
moved?
transfer it,
Oh, they transfer to a different county. Okay. Got it.
which is a good thing in my case, because San Bernardino County,
Yeah.
for real, they steal people's kids.
San Bernardino County steals people's kids.
Yeah, they do. They don't do that shit. That don't happen up north like that.
Now, when you were growing up, was there a teacher that influenced you that you wanted to impress or be cool with?
Yeah, her name was Mrs. Saavedra.
Miss
She was
Saavedra.
back in when you're in I went to continuation high school, which is like the bad kids high school.
Not always. There's some
Not
like
always.
good
I'm not
stars,
saying it
yeah.
is, but you know that's where you go when you up in regular high school.
Yeah.
So I went. So when I was in middle school, they had sort of a class, and it was it was basically the same thing. It was like a special class for kids that were special. But she was my teacher. I really liked her.
Oh, was it a special ed program?
No, it was like a continuation middle school,
Oh,
but in
got
one
it.
class.
Got it.
For a class, maybe 15 kids.
Like a resource room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it was all day, it was the same class.
What was great about her?
She was with the shit, you know. She didn't take no shit either. And she knew when you were lying, and she didn't care if you liked her or not. She was like, this is the way it is, and that, you know. But she was also kind and caring. I unfortunately, I think she passed away.
Aww.
Yeah, she was probably older when I was in school, and that was a long time ago. So, but unfortunately, yeah, I think she passed away.
And then were you popular? Oh, you're a popular kid probably, huh? You smoked weed.
I'm the type of person that I was friends with all the different cliques.
Yeah. Were you a bully?
No, absolutely not.
You look like you're anti-bully.
I am.
I could tell.
I'm not cool with that shit.
Yeah, that's great.
I was friends with the kids that had Down syndrome and shit.
That's awesome.
I looked out for them. Hell yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of fans. People.
Yeah,
like
I'm not cool with that shit. I taught my kids the same thing.
Yeah.
I remember one time.
Animals too.
Yeah. Animals love me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had dogs and cats and lizards and all sorts of shit.
Lizards you have?
I had a bearded dragon.
Did you? Those were popular back a while back.
But yeah, I taught my kids that I taught them that it don't matter what color you are.
Yeah.
I taught them that everyone's equal, and I don't like that shit. I don't like racism. I don't like people judging people. We were in Denny's one time. This is several years ago, but this kid had like Tourette's or something, right? And he's being really loud, and my kids started laughing, and I smacked him in the arm, and I said, "Hey, don't make fun of him."
Yeah.
I was like, "What if that was you, fool?" Not fool. I didn't say fool, but I said, "What if that was you?" I said, "Don't do that." I said, "Cause he can't help himself."
That's great.
You know, and so if you ever see, I always tell my kids, you ever see anybody being bullied, I don't care, you stick up for them, because that's not cool. It's not cool to make somebody else feel bad about themselves.
It's not.
Hell nah.
What were you listening to back then?
I listened to rap.
Yeah.
And punk rock.
You like punk rock?
I love all music except country. But back in high school, I was a hardcore punk rocker and gangster rap.
Yeah. Who's some of your favorite gangster rappers?
Andre Nicotina, Mac Dre. You know, and then like punk rock was just like punk rock was kind of all over the place, like Pennywise and like.
Pennywise.
Like I liked Minor Threat.
Okay.
My first concert was Slayer when I was 15.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. You know, I like all music.
You ever go to Vegas?
I've been twice.
Oh, you don't go there? You don't hang out there? You look like a Vegas girl. No?
Nah, I'm not no Vegas girl. No, I'm good.
A lot of concerts there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a lot of concerts everywhere.
Slayer? Was it Slayer or somebody else was there? I was going to go see, but I saw Brooks and Dunn. I don't really listen to country, but they were in Laughlin.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I've seen Slipknot, System of a Down. I've seen Page and Plant, Led Zeppelin, from Led Zeppelin. I've seen Eminem, Ice Cube. I mean, I've seen a lot.
Hey, you're really seasoned on the streets, and
I am.
And you sound like you really care about people.
I do.
If someone is struggling, you know, they've been clean short periods of time, but they just can't seem to stay strong and go through with it. What are some of your advice on helping someone like that, or guiding?
You can't do it. It's not gonna work until you're ready. It won't work until you're ready to do it.
What does it take to get ready, you think, in your views?
Most people, it's hitting rock bottom. And rock bottom is usually, that's not just the streets. That means like going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
And really being in a place that you don't want to be. It takes a traumatizing event.
You should be a counselor. I'm serious.
I know.
You should get straightened out. I can help you or guide you, and maybe some of our subscribers can guide you. You can straighten up and do a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Very photogenic.
Yeah. I don't. Not when I'm taking pictures.
Look, you know, you don't.
when I selfies, I can't do that.
No, you're very photogenic.
Thank you.
You have a very powerful voice, and
Yeah.
you're outgoing. You speak eloquently. You should really do it.
I have a good vocabulary.
You do.
I know. I'm loud.
You're loud.
Hey, one more thing. I'm for the revolution, okay? The system.
Tell me about this revolution.
The system.
Okay, young lady, have you ever lived anywhere else in the world?
No.
Okay. We'll talk about that sometime.
And I know where you're going with this.
Okay.
I know. I get it. But at the same time, you know, I see
You know
a
where
lot
I'm
of.
from, right?
Huh?
You know where I'm from, right?
I think so.
I was born in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Okay.
And I get that.
Okay,
I'm not
good.
saying. Listen. I'm not saying we don't have it here. I'm not saying we don't have it good here.
Okay. I want to hear you. I want to hear you. I'm not judging you.
I know. I'm saying that the system, the part of the system that affects most of these people out here, which is the prison system, the judicial system, child welfare system, okay? That shit's old, outdated, okay? They ruined my family. They traumatized. That's irreversible damage that can never be taken back. For what? for child endangerment, for something that we didn't get charged with. No one ever served time for that. We didn't get charged with that. We didn't go to court for that. And they still took our kids. My kids' lives were forever ruined because of that. And then the prison system, okay? You have these people, these felons, you have these felons like my ex-husband, my baby's father, who are not violent criminals. They never got convicted of violent crimes, but yet they can't own a gun, which is our constitutional right to bear arms to protect our home and family. Basically, they do time, they get out, and they get constantly harassed by the cops. Okay, I'm white, all right, so I use that to my advantage. Okay, I don't have no criminal record, so they can't with me, and I give them, I with them purposely. I put that out there before they can even say anything to me, because I want them to know they're not gonna with me like that, and they don't intimidate me, because all they are cops, and I know what they do, the abuse of authority, and how they treat people, and how they try to intimidate people. Like, for instance, you know, going around asking you on parole, probation, you know what, fuck you, okay? What does that have to do with anything? So they have the right to search your shit and invade your privacy whenever? That's bullshit. It's sad. It gets them back into the cycle, puts them back in jail, 10-day flash because they fucked up or they didn't report or whatever. Man, it's hard enough to get a job for them. They can't do shit, you know?
Prison system's screwed up. We could talk about that for hours.
Same with CPS. CPS dropped the ball I don't know how many times with my kids. And you guarantee I gave the CPS worker heard it from me. You know how many times I told that bitch, do your job. Step your game up, fool. Do your job. Those are my kids.
Depends on the county, too. Some counties are great.
Hey, up north, that don't happen up there.
I heard Riverside's great.
All down south is pretty bad when it comes to kids.
North?
Everybody has their kids. I had CPS called on. I had a few like not cases, but close to it. Never once did it get close to taking my kids.
Well,
ever.
Your kids are all in the system?
We're the youngest four. No, they're with family now.
Oh, they are, because they.
But my youngest 2, I lost custody of them.
They can be in the system till they're 21 now. You know that, right?
There's supposedly a limit on that.
Oh, there is. Okay.
When they're under the age of 1, they only get 1 year.
And they can go to college for free too.
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll talk.
I hope my kids go to college, but.
Hey, I was gonna say this was an amazing interview. Thank you so much, Renee.
I hope it's powerful, and I hope
it is powerful.
I hope people see that, because you know what, like I was saying about the whole, I don't sound stupid, and no, I'm not smoked out. Okay, the whole revolution thing. Hey, history always repeats itself. Okay, just know that history always repeats itself. We're gonna 1776 this bitch again. Okay, you guys know the Battle of Concord and Lexington was over ammunitions. Okay, because the British tried to steal our guns. That's what it was all about. And then what we do, we waged war on them because they're not going to take our shit. Okay, we're a tyrannical government. That's where we're living now. They think they can do whatever the they want, and that's not cool.
You're very deep. We could talk.
That really bothers me. Like that's really passionate about that shit.
Are you down for an update?
Yeah.
In a few months.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's see where I am by then. Hopefully, because I came close to being arrested, really close in the last couple months. At least 3 times.
Let's not get arrested. You're gonna have a lot of people hitting you up and trying to help you out.
I'm down. Hey, hit me up. Hit me up.
What's your Cash App?
My Cash App is
How you feel about this interview? You feel a little better?
Yeah, I feel good because you know I like to get my word out there like this. You know, one thing I was gonna tell you is that after being on the streets for like 6 months by myself, I ran into this guy. I ran into these 2 guys. At first I thought they were kind of creepers, but they turned out to be really cool. I think they were gay. But one could read people and read their auras and stuff and read them.
Read them, really?
Yeah, and so he asked if he could read me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys know anything about, it's called indigo children. Indigo children are children that came in that through the late 70s and all through the 80s, and they came here to up, to break the old norms and the failing systems that don't work. Basically, this guy, he said, I'm going to read you, and he goes, have you ever heard the term indigo? And that was it. And he said, is there anything you want to ask me? After he goes, he tells me a little bit of stuff. And I said, yeah, I have one question. Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I at where I'm supposed to be at right now? Is this where I'm supposed to be at in life? And he looked at me and he said, yeah, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And at that point, I still didn't know my purpose of doing all this. And then About a month later, it clicked, and it was to expose CPS and the system. That's what I wanted to do, a documentary for a long time. For like for a solid like 6-8 months, I really was dead set on doing a documentary and getting people on camera and documenting them and getting their stories written down so that I could make something like that to expose. Because a lot of people around here that are busy living their lives don't know what's going on, and how the system really is foul and takes advantage of people.
Well, you just gotta get clean. You can do it.
Even if you're not clean, you still get your word out there.
Yeah, you can.
But the point is that, you know, that's what I knew that's what I was supposed to do. You know, is to get my word out there and have people listen to me. Because how many people, everybody I meet on the street doing this same thing, all going through the same thing, living in motels, living on the street, trying to survive. That's why people steal from stores, just FYI, okay, people out there. That's what we have to do. We don't have, yeah, okay, we have choices. I could get clean, I could go do this, but right now, this is what I'm doing. Because I honestly, I'm lost, and I've lightweight given up.
One more time, you've been lost, like what, 3 years now, here in the Southern California?
2 years.
2 years? Okay.
Since I lost the kids.
Okay.
Because once I lost them, it was, I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever done is been a stay-at-home mom.
What are they asking you to do, social workers?
Oh, the list was a psychiatric evaluation,
Okay.
which has nothing to do with a gun being found in my home. Drug testing, which no drugs were found in my home. I wasn't on drugs. Domestic violence classes, which no history of domestic violence except for the one GBI, which I never even got charged with. We had no other calls to the house, anything like that, okay? It was, and then like, I was like 2 other things on top of the normal things with parenting classes, this and that and that. They had a whole gang of shit for me to do. And none of it had anything, 75% of it had nothing to do with, put it this way, when they took my kids, the FBI had search raided my house. They take everything from in your house, they search through everything, and they dump it in the middle of each room. CPS put it on my paperwork that's how my house looked normally. That's how my house was dirty. That's what they said. Yeah, they really screwed me over. They really tried to make it look like whatever. Psychiatric evaluation, I have no idea why they wanted that. Never had any reason, never did a 5150 at the hospital, nothing ever like that.
Let's say you wanted to get clean. Do you know where to go in this
Yeah.
area? There's a lot of help
I do.
in this area. Actually, I'm going to give you a number too.
My baby's dad, his cousin actually was going to get me in a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And I just wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, we can help you with that.
I'm getting closer. Just put it that way.
Just let
I'm
me
getting
know.
closer because all the things that happen to me out here
Yeah.
puts me closer and closer to it.
Yeah, because I go
where
to Nevada a lot. I don't have any connections there, but here I can hook you up.
my stepmom has connections in Nevada, but yeah, of course.
Okay.
Hey, shoot it my way. You know what I mean? Like I said, I feel like I have something to prove. Like I can make it on my own,
Yeah.
and that's probably a good reason why I'm still out here.
Yeah.
Is because I really feel like, because I know I can quit drugs, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm waiting for. But I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. Every time something bad happens to me out here, I'm this much closer. You know.
Let's do it, Renee.
I know.
I know you can do it.
I know. I can. I know I can. I know I can. I go on for days about this shit, you know, because it's my life. So, but no, I want to appreciate anybody who takes the time to watch this.
You're awesome.
And to really listen to what I'm saying, because I mean I'm not high right now. You know, it's a regular day for me right now. And this guy's awesome. I hope more people like your page.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good
All
day.
right. Bye, guys.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Naked City area, and we are here with Jessica. How you doing?
Good.
Jessica, do you give us permission to use this video on our YouTube channel?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Can you tell us your current situation? What drugs are you using? How you survive out here? And where do you live?
I'm homeless. I use crystal. And I've been surviving out here with, basically with my girls paying me what they, you know.
Okay, your girls pay. Okay, yeah, we talked about that. You're also known out here as the Naked City Madame. You're well known around here. So can you tell us what that job entails? Are you basically you're like a pimp?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What do you do?
I protect the girls more. If they need like hygiene stuff done, or if they need clothing or food, or if I have money or cigarettes, I supply them with all that stuff.
Okay.
as best I can.
Now, do you also protect them?
Yes, I do, and I'm not with the person that I was with before.
Yeah.
They was my go-to guy. We're getting divorced, but I have other gentlemen that are there for me and my girls when I need them.
Okay. Can you give us an example of a time when you had to use physical force on John?
The other night, one of my girls, Courtney, she was with a John, and she texted me saying that he was hurting her. So
Now, she texted you while she was with him?
Yeah.
And what? Where were they at?
They were over here in the Jack House parking lot.
Oh, in a car?
Yeah, in a car.
And she texted you to come help her?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you do?
During that time, I was with one of my homeboys, and I told him what was going on, and me and him went up there to Jack in the Box, and he got her out of the car, and I took her away, and I don't know, he doubts that.
Oh, he took care of him.
He took care of him for me.
So is this common where you have to do this, protect the girls?
It hasn't been that much lately, but lately there's been a lot of dirty people, dirty guys around here that have, forced this on a lot of the girls. So yeah, it's been off and on during the holidays.
So you are like a female pimp.
Yeah.
So now are you a nice pimp? Or are you like a gorilla pimp? Do you ever slap your girls or?
No, if they do me wrong, it's not that I slap them. I basically whip them in shape. You know what I mean? They know if I get to that point that they all know that it's not good, because I don't like physically punch them, but like I'll bop them on the side of their head, say, hey, you know what, you're doing something wrong, or you're not doing it right, and they actually.
Have you had girls steal from you?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because my girl Courtney, she tells a lot of girls that because we're very close, and she tells them that if they do, I don't push them away, but I tell them that I won't protect them anymore, because I can't have them stealing from me and not trusting them. So yeah.
Now, let's say a girl, Courtney or someone else, makes $100. How much of that do you get?
I get 40 of it.
You get 40. She gets 60.
Yep.
Okay. You have situations where you caught the girl taking more?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
But a lot of my girls are very, very honest with me.
Okay.
Like if they say, hey, I made this much, I can only give you 20.
Yeah.
And I tell them, ask them why, and they'll tell me,
Yeah.
Like with Courtney one night, she made $100, and she goes, I need to send money to my mom. I was like, okay. Because her mom is very sick in California.
Okay.
And she's like, I can only give you $20, I need to send mom 40. And I tell her that's fine. I tell her, girl, as long as you're honest with me, why you can't give me the money, the right amount of money, then that's fine. But if you lie to me about it, then I'll find out eventually, and it's not good.
So you're compassionate, madame.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very compassionate. Yeah.
That's what sets you apart. You're very nice. I've known you for a while now.
Yeah.
You
6
just
months.
been hiding out from me. You didn't want to do an interview. And you're around some scary figures, so I can't really.
No, I've been around. Yeah, I've been around.
And this is a scary area.
It is. It's hard.
But you're well protected, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like it's a tight-knit little community here.
Yeah.
So everyone's taken care of.
Yeah.
And no violence around here with the women or the homeless people?
There's a lot. There's been a lot of shootings around here lately.
Oh, okay.
A lot of shootings.
Yeah.
I had a homeboy that shot somebody not too long ago.
Okay.
I knew a girl that got her face blown off right down, and yeah, it's been getting pretty bad up here, especially during the holidays. It's been really bad.
All right, Jessica, when did you first discover drugs?
I was 16.
Okay, and was it because of a boyfriend? Was there a
No,
trigger?
I wanted to try it. My dad let me.
Now, why did you want to try it? Who was doing it that you
My
observed?
boyfriend and my daddy.
See, I knew it was a boy. So your boyfriend was doing it. What was he doing?
He was smoking it.
Okay, and you observed it and you
Yeah.
wanted to try it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first time.
Yep.
And you tried it and you got hooked.
Yep.
If you could go back to that day, well, if you could go back to your childhood, what would you change?
Everything.
Which is what?
Not using drugs and finishing high school.
How would you avoid using the drugs, not dating that guy?
Just not dating that guy.
Date a square.
Yeah.
When you were in school, What kind of student were you? You said earlier that you didn't graduate.
No.
Were you in special ed classes?
Yes.
Okay. Was it the, were you getting extra tutoring, extra modified assignments?
My teacher, Mrs. Williams, would help me after school.
Yeah, who was your favorite teacher?
Mrs. Williams,
Okay.
and she would help me after school with a lot of my classes, or homework and stuff like
Was
that.
she your special ed teacher or was she a regular
No,
teacher?
she's regular teacher.
General ed? Okay.
And every Thursday I would go down to Stockton with my grandmother. She would take me down to the place called Scottish Rites, and they would
All right,
help me.
shout out to Miss Williams.
Yeah.
She's still alive, do you know?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
So, what kind, besides the fact that you dropped out, what kind of student were you?
B's and C's.
Okay. What were your dreams as a child?
To be a CNA.
CNA?
Yeah.
That can still be done. Did you ever get your GED again?
No, I work in all that.
Are you? Are you really? If you need any help, let me know.
Alright.
I can guide you on that. So you had a loving family, as far as your grandparents go, and then what was your dad and mom situation like?
My dad was more of my life than my mom was.
Okay. Were you ever abused?
Yeah, by my stepdad.
Sexually or physically?
By my stepdad, I was sexually and physically abused.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
When did that stop?
But my dad took full custody of me.
Okay. Did you receive counseling and therapy
Yeah.
for all that? Did it help?
It did.
Did it?
Yeah.
Do you still have nightmares or think about it at all? Do you
No.
think that affected you a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. I used to be very, I used to be in a shell
Okay.
around a lot of guys
Yeah.
because of it, but I'm slowly coming out of my shell and trusting guys more.
Okay. So you started doing drugs at 16,
Yeah.
and you're still doing it. Was there any period of was there a
Yes.
period of sobriety?
I had, when I was 22,
Okay.
I went into treatment because my son got taken away from me, and I was pregnant with my second daughter.
Okay.
So I went to Auburn, California, treatment up there, and that's how I met my ex. And I was clean for like 2 years,
Okay.
and then I got clean in 2015 again to try to get our daughter back, and I stayed clean for 5 years.
Oh, you did 5 years. Okay. How did you stay clean? What did you do?
I was in A meetings, and I also went to drug alcohol counseling.
Did you sponsor anyone?
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah,
So those people depended on you,
yeah,
and you helped a lot of people. I bet.
did.
You have a great story.
yeah.
5 years. You can do it again.
I can.
I see it in you.
I need to get off the streets.
I've known you for what, about 4 months now?
About that.
Trying to
yeah.
get an interview?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're looking a lot better.
thanks.
Do you want to get out of this lifestyle?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Um,
What do you want to do?
I've had so many opportunities to see my oldest son and my oldest daughter,
Okay.
and my ex has totally messed it up for me, so I really want to get out the streets and get a home so I can see my babies.
You want to see your babies?
Yeah, I had opportunity actually this month
Yeah.
to see my son and my daughter because my son wants to transfer up here to Nevada State.
Oh, he's in college.
Yeah, he's at Cal State right now,
Yeah.
and he's a baseball player.
Wow.
He's a pitcher for Cal State.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I've known you for about 6 months, and I see it in you. I think you can do it.
So-
You look so much better than before.
Yeah.
You were tweaking back then, right?
I was really bad.
Okay. And you're not on anything right now? Okay, you just happen to be homeless, unfortunately.
I'm homeless unfortunately because, like I said, really prior to this, my husband has been doing me really dirty. He's sold 2 of my SSI checks to me,
I did.
so I haven't had the money to.
Okay. Now, you told me before that you did work the streets back in the day?
I did there for a minute when he first disowned me,
Okay.
and then I was in hospital for a while because I got a real bad back accident. So
Yeah. Now, you told me you have a dad, too, that lives in Laughlin. You stay with him sometimes?
I had recently stayed with him because after I got out of the hospital, he came and got me from the hospital.
Yeah.
I stayed with him for like 2 months. My dad's my everything.
Okay.
My ex is trying to come between that, and I can't. My father's my best friend.
Father's your best
Yeah,
friend? Okay.
I understand a little, so
Yeah.
we have a very weird bond that people don't understand, but it's just our bondage, So,
Yeah, he lives in Laughlin. I go to Laughlin all the time.
Yeah.
I probably know who he is.
yeah, he works at the Gold Nugget as a security guard.
What do you want people to know about you that are watching this? Tell us the real Jessica.
I'm a loving, caring person, and I love everybody unless you hurt me. I wanted to work out my relationship with my husband after 19 years, but it's not gonna work. So
Okay.
I had to let it go, and it's hard.
You gotta let it go.
And I make people happy. You know, I'm always
Yeah.
there for people when they need me.
We talked earlier, you said that your family was involved with a motorcycle gang, Hells Angels, and they were somewhat racist. Did you grow up hating different races?
No, I didn't. I love everybody equally.
What about your parents? Weren't they a little racist?
My stepdad was, but not my dad. My dad,
Okay.
yeah.
So you love everybody?
Yeah.
Do you date out of your race?
Yes.
So you have dated out of your race.
Yes.
You dated black gentlemen, Hispanic gentlemen,
And Native American.
and a Native American. Okay. That's interesting. You grew up in a racist environment,
Yeah.
but you chose not to go that route.
No.
Commend you
not-
for that. That's awesome.
It's not cool, you know what I
How do you
mean?
raise your kids? Do you also raise them that way?
Yeah.
Okay. To love everybody?
Yeah, my stepdaughter, my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, I'm gonna be a grandma too,
Yeah.
on Christmas Day. My soon-to-be daughter-in-law, she's Native American, so I haven't met her yet, but
That's awesome.
they're gonna be here soon, yeah.
What's the best thing about your life right now?
I have people that care about me and protect me when I need them.
Awesome.
You know, like
What's the
friend of
best thing that anyone's ever done for you?
I'd say my homeboy down the street, he was there for me when I need him. When my ex decided to leave me again, and it was freezing cold, and he let me stay with him in his little house, you know, his place.
Okay.
Yeah, and he does it every once in a while. He'll let me stay with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best thing that you've ever done for anybody?
I'll just say my girl Courtney, protecting her and being there for her when she needed me.
Okay. Oh, that girl, Courtney.
Yeah.
Okay. What about when you were growing up, like in your younger days? Because I know you're a caring person.
Well,
Think about it.
my children. I cared a lot about my children.
You raised them well.
I raised them well, but
How old are they?
Okay, 21. He's 21, 20, 17, 13, 10, 6, and almost 2.
You have 6 children.
8,
You have 8 children. Okay. From how many fathers?
2.
Oh, just 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you're out of their lives, who was raising them?
My oldest 3. Okay, my first born, he was in foster care with his sister, my third daughter, and then my first daughter, is in Ocala, Florida.
Okay.
She's raised by a really good lady that was unable to have babies, so I let her husband adopt her so they can have a child. And then my youngest 4 are with my ex-husband's sister and niece.
Jessica, do you have an email you can share with us or social media?
Yeah, I have Facebook.
How can someone
It's
get
under
hold of
Jessica
you?
Jones.
Just Jessica Jones?
Yeah.
Jessica?
Yeah, and there might be some derogatory stuff on there, but that's not for me, that's for my ex-husband.
What is it?
He put some derogatory things
okay.
underneath my thing. So.
Jessica Jones. And you don't have an email? You don't remember an email?
No.
Where do you see yourself in 2 years?
I'm hoping to be on the streets and have my kids' life.
Okay.
Like I said, I have a grandbaby on the way, so I want to be able to be a part of my grandchild's life. So.
Okay. So what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you on the streets?
Well, prior the other night when I got attacked.
Oh, recently?
Yeah. I just got attacked the other night. I thought he was a really good friend of mine. But obviously he wasn't, because I quit slamming it and he wanted me to help him, and I had a really bad headache and I just don't want to deal with it. I just want to lay down, and he didn't want me to, so he attacked me, but I was able to get away.
Yeah.
And I came here to my homies here.
Yeah.
And they were there to, there with me. And
You
then
can put your sunglasses back on.
I got a really bad bike accident about 5 months ago, and I wrecked my bike, and I ruptured my spleen and my appendix, and they took out my spleen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I'm healing.
I'm glad you were in a lot of pain, but you didn't choose to do drugs. So
I did
what are
not.
you on right now? Remind us. What are you using right now?
I just use meth.
Just meth, okay.
Yeah, I don't do the fentanyl. I don't do heroin. I've lost 2 people on that stuff.
Okay, since you're a loving woman, you love kids,
Yeah.
good mother,
Yeah.
how would you advise a young person to stay away from drugs if they're wanting to get into this party lifestyle? They got some friends that are doing it and they want to get into it. How would you advise? How would you scare them straight?
Don't do it, because it can kill you. I've lost, within just this past 6 months, I've lost 14 friends to fentanyl, and it's really hard.
It's a killer.
So please just say, guys, don't do it, because you know what? Your life is too short. Your life is too short already.
Great message. Can you describe how the withdrawals feel? When you're coming off of it, there's no one around to...
I don't know how the withdrawals are, but when I went to jail recently, I seen a couple of girls going on fentanyl and heroin, and they were in excruciating pain. And when I was used prior to before I tried it, but the throwing up is just horrifying. That's all you do. Some people, there's also now, there's fentanyl going out here. It's laced with something else. That is making people really, really sick. One of my girls just got sick the other night because of it, so be careful what you get from people.
Okay, so it's in those excruciating circumstances when a woman or anybody, even a man, is going through those terrible withdrawals, there's no money around, and that's when they sell their bodies, right?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Have you been through that where you're in such desperation?
I don't sell my body because there's a lot of dangerous men out there, and there's a lot of STDs. So,
do you think if you have a different upbringing, do you think you'd be somewhere else in life?
Probably.
Yeah. It's not too late. You're still young.
Yep.
All right, we're here with Rose. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. You remember that song by Seal?
Yeah, it's my song. It was written about me.
Sing it. Can you sing it?
Oh my God. No.
No?
It'll be our outro, maybe.
Oh, the outro? All right, Rose. Where were you born?
I was born in San Francisco, California.
What year?
So you're gonna know how old I am?
How old are you? Yeah. Or you, unless you don't want to say it.
Too old to be living the like I'm living.
That's all right.
I'm 35.
We all deserve a second chance. Looks like you're really healthy, and you look great. And we've talked for a while. You're all there, so there's definitely hope.
Jail is an awful place.
What is?
But jail, but you come out with a few extra pounds, and people are like, "Oh, you look so
How many
good."
times have you been in jail?
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I haven't.
More than once then.
Yeah.
And you gain weight when you go to jail?
Everybody gains weight when you go to jail. Yeah.
All right, first of all, what drugs are you struggling with?
Heroin is a big one, and then recently, fentanyl, which has been around for a second, but for whatever reason has made like another huge I don't know. It's everywhere. It's like the crack cocaine of opiates, and it's crazy. Even over the last couple weeks, I notice it everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
So recently, I started messing around with the fentanyl stuff because I thought it would be a good way to get off of the needle because I can just smoke it.
Yeah.
Which was stupid because now it's like I need heroin, fentanyl, and. Yeah, it was stupid.
How often do you have to get it?
I always have a wake up, so I start my day with whether it's morning or afternoon, whatever it is. I start my day with a shot, and then from there, maybe 2 more times would be, to stay well, but
How much does your habit cost a day?
That question is always difficult because it's like I sell stuff to pay for my habit.
Oh yeah,
usually.
we're gonna get into that.
Okay, so how much would it cost?
Yeah.
I would say like $60.
A day?
60 bucks, 50, 60 bucks a day.
Okay, now let's be clear here. You don't work on the streets. Right?
I don't, not like you, not in the typical sense of, I don't sell my or my for drugs.
You don't sell your body. Have you ever before?
I've tried it.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
Didn't work out for you?
No, I didn't. It wasn't something that I didn't like it. But that said,
Yeah.
there's a power that people have over opiate users when they're selling it, you know, and because you have people that come to you sick and it's excuse my language, it's totally
okay.
up, but it's really crazy when you're sick what you'll do to get well. And so I might not be out there selling my body or whatever, but I've definitely been in situations where I didn't have another way that I could see to get myself well, and have, you know, traded what I, you know, get well. And it's not, not
I got
how
it.
I'd like it to be.
Yeah, so when you're in desperate situations like that you'll trade sex for drugs. What ethnicity are you, by the way?
I'm Russian. I don't really know much more than that. I was adopted.
Yeah.
And it was a closed, I mean, I really don't know. I don't know much. I was going to do the 23andMe, right? Isn't that when you send in your, swab your cheek? And so I wanted to do that and see what I...
Yeah. But you are Russian, though.
That's all I know. But I don't
can tell.
think...
Where'd you go to high school and did you graduate?
I went to high school and, well, I graduated, yes. I went to school in Santa Rosa.
Okay.
Which is about an hour outside of, an hour, give or take, outside of San Francisco, north.
Yeah.
And I didn't graduate with my class. But I did graduate. I took some other classes at the college to accelerate.
Yeah.
And so.
Okay, so you did end up graduating, though.
I did. I absolutely did. And
then were you using drugs in high school?
No, I had a really horrible car accident, and I ended up. I smoked a lot of weed in high school, which is just a drug. But I went from smoking a lot of weed to being on probation and getting tested, and so I didn't want to go to jail because that was just like the worst idea ever. Almost as bad as the idea that I was gonna have to quit smoking weed for the next year and a half at that point, and that was like traumatic. I remember crying about it. But so from right after high school, I started messing around with cocaine because it would be out of my blood system quicker than weed.
Yeah.
And from that went to progress.
Okay.
So weed is a gateway drug.
You did? That's what I was going to ask you. You think weed is a gateway drug?
I totally do.
Okay.
100%.
What did you do in junior high and high school? What were you doing? You didn't smoke weed in junior high, did you?
No. I mean, I remember. I mean, I tried it maybe twice or something, and out of those 2 times, I got told on by a friend who was worried about me.
Yeah.
So she told my parents and the teachers, and it was like a big to-do. So I didn't smoke again.
What scene were you in?
When I was in middle school, I was like in the middle. I was friends with the popular kids. I played sports, and I was friends with I kind of was friends with everybody, but I was like non-threatening, right? I was like a quiet, like whatever, so nobody really had a problem with me.
What about, how's your home life?
I feel like this is probably such a boring, I really had a great home life.
Not boring.
It's really crazy.
I'm interested. People are interested in your life story. Tell me about your upbringing. Both parents in the home?
Both parents are in the home.
Yeah.
I have an older brother that is my parents' biological child, and then I have a sister who is also, so they have 2 biological children, and then I was, and then there's me. And everything was great. As far, like I was loved. I didn't feel like I was loved any less than my siblings. I didn't feel like...
you were blessed.
Yeah, really. I mean, yeah.
What, was there any abuse by anybody growing up?
No, I mean,
No,
there's
no.
really no reason that I'm here, and it's been like this for so long. And
Why do you
it's,
think you're here? In your opinion?
I think there was a certain amount of, I mean, shame I felt having a family that was, I mean, we weren't like super rich, but I definitely didn't, I was, you know, I was lucky. I had my parent, you know, as far as like we traveled and stuff as growing up, and I had nice things, and I don't know, I remember being kind of embarrassed about that, and like people thought I was spoiled, and I really didn't want to be spoiled, and so I would kind of like I would do things to make people. I wanted them to see that like I suffer too, or that like think life was hard for me too, or that to prove. I didn't want them to think because I wasn't. I mean, I did work. I mean, I worked when I was young. Like I worked from the time I was old enough to work, you know, and I wasn't.
So you had a privileged upbringing.
Yeah, and I felt, and I was, for whatever reason, was like ashamed of that.
You weren't worthy of it, maybe? You thought?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, you are worthy. I've only known you for about 5 hours, and you're really sweet.
I'm sweaty. I'm really sweaty.
Sweaty, sweet, and very nice young lady. Pretty, too. So are you currently in a relationship?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
Like 4 years.
4 years? You guys doing good?
I mean, today we're doing okay. It's been really, it's been really trying, being in Vegas in particular.
Is he use also? Does he also
Yeah.
use? Oh, okay. Same kind of drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. What's the worst thing that's happened to you on these streets?
People are really, it's hard to find a real friend. I mean, I know that's wherever you go, but like, I've had all my things stolen several times over. I've been, but I've, you know, people that I thought were safe in my, and where my friends have turned out to not be. I've had to go to the hospital like on more than one occasion to get a rape kit or whatever done, or not kit, the shots, the fucking, just to be on the safe side. And I've never, I mean, never in my life have I experienced like, not like, so to the extent as I have here, like not being respected. It's really fucking crazy.
So you've been raped out here on the street?
No, I don't want to say that, but like there's been questionable, like waking up in questionable circumstances, not knowing what happened, or just wanting to be safe because I didn't know. For example, there's somebody that I've been buying my stuff from for almost a year that I've been here, and totally was somebody that I thought was my, like, I never in a million years would have expected to go to his apartment the other week and have him like try and get me to and not actually let me say no, you know, and like physically force me to have sex with him. Like, I mean, I can only think of like a handful of times that I've been like legitimately scared in my life, like prior to being here in Vegas, and
we've been doing this like yesterday too.
I know, and I wasn't aware of it because it's my first day back. Still can't be out here.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Oh, we'll just go across over there behind the building.
Okay, I can take one of them here.
Okay. All right, we had to move locations, so we're back again.
Prior to being in Vegas, I think I experienced like legitimate fear, maybe like less than a handful of times, and for the most part, none of it really had to do with people. But since I've been here, like it's like it's something totally different. Like the world of the underbelly of Las Vegas. It's like crazy. I fucking hate the victim card. I fucking hate it. It makes me feel icky even talking about in a way that makes it sound like I'm a victim, but I've definitely have been in situations that are like, just, I don't know, textbook, like, wrong, like not, no means no, and it not being respected, and like, been physically held against my will, and it's, shit like I've never experienced in my adult life.
At what age do you think you started losing yourself in addiction?
I didn't start out doing heroin. I started with, like we were talking about, marijuana.
Yeah.
And then from there, I started dabbling with like cocaine and like stimulants, so like the uppers.
Yeah.
And so I got into meth, but I was a closet meth user, right? Like, that's when I was about 19, 20. I still had I had a really close-knit group of friends from school, and they definitely were not into methamphetamines at all. And so I was like a closet user.
Yeah.
And it with my emotional and mental state, like, a lot, just the drug itself.
Yeah.
And then I continued using it for the next, like, 10 years or something, like, no, 5.
Yeah.
And like, so around 25, like, I had been, using meth, and like slowly it becoming known, amongst my peers and my friends. And I remember, like, you just separate, like, whatever the drug you're on. I mean, I assume, I don't know. It's like slowly separates you. It puts a fucking a barrier between yourself and the real world, or in the people that you care about, or whatever. And I was like realizing how I was doing nothing, like, with my life. I was living somewhere that I had always wanted to live, and but I was faking it, right? Because I was just living there, but just not doing anything, but doing, using. I wasn't able to keep a job. I wasn't able to, I don't know, I wasn't functioning in the world really like I.
When was the last paying job you had?
Actually, not that long ago, a few years ago, I was in jail for a year and rehab for, altogether it was about a year and a half. And one of the stipulations of being released, being allowed to be out of jail and out of rehab, and was that I had to have a job and I had to have an apartment. And so the first time in like 10 plus, I don't know, a long time, with the help of my rehab, right? Like I made a resume, and I.
Which rehab was this?
This was in Northern California.
Oh, okay. So that's a couple years ago, huh?
Yeah, and they helped me. I mean, I got a job, I got an apartment, and for the first time in my life, I actually paid for all of it on my own. Like and I'd never done that. Like, I'd never supported myself ever. Never paid for my rent. I never. And it was cool. It was really cool.
What led you to drugs again?
Because I never really not stopped wanting to do them. Like, I really wanted to not use, but I never actually felt that, even after being clean for a year and a half. So I don't know what the bullshit is that they tell you that, like, it's so funny, 3 days to get over heroin and whatever. No, that's a bunch of bullshit. Like, it's more than 3 days, and more than a month.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the sickness goes, like, I still, at 10 months in, I remember just still feeling shitty. Like, I never really, I don't know. I never felt.
So did you follow the steps? Did you get a sponsor?
Not full-heartedly.
No. Do you go to meetings consistently?
No. I mean, when I was in rehab and stuff, once I was out of rehab, I immediately started using again. And And when I was in rehab, actually, I remember I started smoking these CBD joints. So it was like weed, but without the THC. But there's a little bit in there, like it still got me high. And like I feel like that helped with my sanity. Like I can't imagine life being sober.
Do you still talk to your parents? You do?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
They know your current situation?
like, I don't talk to my mom as often as I should, because I know that she knows, like it's all.
Wait, do they know that you're using drugs?
I mean, it's been like a battle that's been going on for so long. So for me to say I'm clean, but to be having all the issues that I have, it's like it's almost worse to say that I'm not using and be living like I'm living than it is to just admit that I'm using. And that would be then it would all make sense. But I for whatever reason, like I've never been able to say like that I'm using.
And they still love you? That if you wanted to go back home, will they take you in?
Yeah, I mean, in a heartbeat.
You have a place right now then? If you wanted to, you can go back home and stay with them?
Let me take, I mean, they still love me. They still, but I've caused a lot of, like, hurt, you know, and like, I've abused their trust, like, so bad. That I don't know. Actually, I don't know. They've stopped pushing the issue, and I don't ask. So I don't know where we stand. I know that I can't be in the house without them there. I mean, the last time, I haven't been home in a few years, but
When was the last time you saw them in person?
a couple of years, I think.
They know about your boyfriend?
Yeah.
They like him or no?
They used to like him.
They used to like him?
I mean, they like him, but the reality is that the odds of two addicts, making it.
Do you see a future with him?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
You want to? What's your most cherished memory in life?
I guess it would be, I don't know, something to do with like, I don't know, summertime when I was younger. I mean, just being young and innocent and like safe and back at home as like a kid with, or with friends, or just, going to the river, or playing soccer, I don't know, listening to like, I don't know, like the baseball games on the radio.
What kind of music did you listen to when you were a kid?
I like hip hop and R&B and pop music. I don't know.
What was some of your favorite bands or artists?
When I was growing up, I mean, I loved Sublime. I liked TLC. I mean, these are from like whatever it is, the Fugees.
Fugees, yeah.
I don't know. It depends what age you're.
Did you have any talents when you were younger? Could you sing or?
I wanted to be like I wanted to be a rock star, and I could carry a tune, but I was
Let me hear you sing a song.
No.
How about that Rose song?
No.
Kiss from a Rose? No.
No.
What if we sing it together?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I like lacked the confidence to pursue anything fully. But I was good at I was mediocre at like anything I tried, but I never really put in the time to get really good at anything. But I think I probably could have done. Yeah.
So, Rose, do you have a message to the world about heroin?
Okay, wait. Now my message is to always. I mean, I think really where for me, like I messed up was. I think structure is really important. I think like always be pursuing something that you either have. You gotta have like I didn't go to college. I didn't continue my education after I graduated immediately.
Yeah.
But I think that was a mistake. I think that like people that say, "Oh, take some time off," I think that's silly. I think unless you're pursuing something that you're passionate about, or have hobbies, that education is always going to be the like route to take. The pain that like I've caused other people that care about me is like it's really heavy on my heart, like because even like I still can't stop, right? Like people that I love definitely deserve some peace of mind, but like
that's how you make amends later when you sober up.
Yeah, right.
You can go back and apologize to everybody.
Yeah.
You know that's possible because they're all alive, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that you hurt is still alive, correct?
Sure. But ultimately, you're hurting yourself. Time goes by so f***ing quick, and like, and doors. I don't care what anybody says. Like opportunities, they disappear. Like it's never too late, sure, but like things change, right? And like the things that I don't know you care about or you wanted to do with your life or whatever, like. I don't even remember a lot of the things that I like. It's for so long. I thought like I was really passionate about. I don't even remember what those things were.
You still enjoy some of the hobbies that you had as a child or as a teenager? What were some of your hobbies you had?
I played sports. I did.
Which sports?
Soccer and softball.
Yeah.
I surfed.
You surfed?
Yeah.
You ever attacked by a shark?
No, but I'm sure if I started surfing again, I'd probably end up attacked by a shark just because that'd be like so fitting of my luck.
So from what I'm hearing, Rose, you have a place up north, right, in California, Northern California to stay if you wanted to?
Yeah, I think if I was
sober?
If I was to put in the work, I could go back.
Do they know that you're using right now?
I mean, I haven't said that I am.
So what's going to be your plans, Rose, for the next 2 years?
I don't know. But not this. This f***ing sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know what my plan is. It really just depends on where I'm at, like what mood I'm in or how I feel. Because sometimes it feels like I could make plans and they could possibly, there are possibilities out there. And then sometimes it feels like there isn't, and there's really no point. And so I don't know. Plan.
Does your boyfriend have any plans?
No.
He still wants to use?
I mean, yeah.
Do you have anybody in your life besides your parents that are not using?
Yeah, I just don't see or talk to them.
You don't talk to them anymore? Well, Rose, I wish the best for you.
All right.
And hope you can find your way.